Is the market starting to balance out around here? Today we are going to talk about it. Yo, I'm Adrienne, longtime Florida realtor, and I'm here to help you get your Florida life. Happy Wednesday, everyone. If you're new here, new videos come out every Wednesday. It's the last Wednesday of the month. That means it's market update time. I have also been doing a lot of live open houses. It's a goal of mine to really teach you about our houses and different style things I see and that type of thing. So I'm doing live open houses throughout the week. If you subscribe, you can get notified, or if you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you get a notification when I'm live. Those do get posted afterward, so you can go on my channel and look at those as well. So far, I've shown you several houses, and we've seen things like hurricane shutters and zero corner doors and pools that you would not normally see because of coding or zoning and all this stuff. I explain all of that, and it's much easier when I'm standing inside a house and can say, this is what a zero corner door is if you've never experienced that. That's at the 11 Sable open house, if you're wondering what it is. Let's get into the market update though. It's getting pretty interesting around here as far as the buyer's market goes. We are starting to see a little change, but you really have to look to see it. Let's start by looking at closed sales in February for Charlotte County. And you may say to me, well, where's this change? When you look at closed sales, we are down year over year quite a bit in February. You'll see we were up December and January when compared to the year before. And then February, we really took a hit. At the same time, inventory was flooding our market. We are way up in active inventory. That usually would mean the buyer's market is getting even stronger, correct? We have a lot of inventory. More inventory comes on. If you have trouble with that, imagine we own a store and we keep ordering more merchandise. The store fills up. We need to sell it. But this can be a little bit deceiving. Let's take a look. Median sales price is staying almost level in January and February. We did see a big drop last year in between March and August, and then we saw another dip around September. Of course, we had 2 hurricanes then, but really we're not seeing, when you see those numbers of closed sales going down, inventory going up, you'd think we would be just shooting down into very low prices. Certainly the prices have gone down, but why aren't they going down more would be the big question. There are a couple of reasons for that. The first reason I want you to think about is seller motivation. I've talked about this before. We are seeing almost, I think of like a layer cake of seller motivation. There are sellers out there that are very motivated. They are lowering their prices. They are bringing that median price down. There are good deals on this market. At the same time, it is not 2008. We do not have a ton of foreclosures. People have equity in their homes. We do have a lot of second homes around here. And what we see a lot of are sellers that are saying, we'd like to sell. We're giving it a shot. We're going to see what happens. Let's see what happens. That is not as motivated as the seller who is lowering the price and trying to win this buyer's market by coming in low. That's a different thing. So when you look at the median prices, you have sellers who are not letting the median price go down. This is important for you to know if you're a buyer, because it's easy to say, well, prices will continue to go down. They will continue to, we're still looking for the bottom. That could be true, but there also could be houses out there, and I feel like there are houses out there kind of swimming around the bottom already, kind of Okay, we're low, like considerably lower. Sometimes when I make showing appointments or, I'm looking for a buyer, here's 5 houses. There are a few houses that really stand out, especially in certain neighborhoods. And that leads me to the number 2 reason we don't see prices shooting down like you might think. Every neighborhood is not the same. If you look at this chart of different zip codes in the area, we have 33950, which is the main part of Punta Gorda, downtown Punta Gorda, PGI, Burnstone Isles. It is considerably higher in months of inventory than even 33955, which is just south of it, 33954, which is in not Northport, but the northern part of Port Charlotte. And then when you get into Northport, those are all kind of clumped together. But then you add certain zip codes and it changes the whole trajectory. So you really need to know where you're buying or where you're selling and what the conditions are. Furthermore, if you were to take month's supply of inventory price-wise, it varies greatly there too. When you look over $1 million, we have 18 months of inventory. When you get to 200 to 250, it's more like 6 months. Now, there's a couple things you should know. There's not as many houses that are over $1 million in Charlotte County. There's quite a few, but just a few of them selling will really bring that months of inventory down, or a few added to the market. Because of the way math works, there's so few that just a few changes in that can really affect the months of inventory. However, when you look at 200 to 250, 6 months of inventory, 6.3, that is walking a tightrope between a buyer's market and a balanced market. And I will tell you, I know of 2 bidding wars that went on recently in that price range that affected just my business personally. For instance, I showed a house recently and I said to the buyers, it was close to that price, it was a little bit higher than that, but close to that price range. And I said to them, hey, if you want this house, you need to move. This is gonna sell. It was in one of those zip codes that wasn't as high months of inventory, not as much inventory as other zip codes, and in a price range where it's closer to balanced. And they said to me, but isn't this a buyer's market? We have things to figure out. And I said, it is a buyer's market, but this is going to sell. It was off the market within 12 hours. You need to know that if you're a seller, you need to know the landscape of your specific property these days. And if you're a buyer, you need to know what you're up against in your specific price range and what you're looking at, because it's so easy to just say buyer's market. And there was a time when we were all pushed into the same category, but we're now starting to see certain areas, certain price ranges filter out, and we may see some of them hit a balanced market soon. If you need help with this, you really want a realtor who pays attention and knows where your specific market is and has been and where it's leaning towards. I'm happy to help. Please reach out. Thank you for watching. I will see you next week.